Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. Mikey Kershaw pitches a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
Oh, it's personal between the Dodgers and the Padres in the NLDS Game 1. We're going to talk about Manny Machado throwing baseballs into the Dodgers dugout. Dave Roberts had some very interesting comments today. We all coming up next. Here in a little Dodgers dugout after dark.
It's another payoff. Benny got him with a slider. Clayton Kershaw. It's Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie mashed. It's a grand slam. 83 and game ender.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to a little Dodgers dugout after dark. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. This is the #1 Dodgers show on the internet. Like I said, my name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. And if you haven't yet, also comment giveaway down below so you're eligible for our next giveaway. And also a reminder that today's episode of Dodgers Dugout Live is brought to you by our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Take a swing at Pick'em this baseball season on Underdog. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got the game last year by making picks on Underdog. I personally had a great time on Underdog so far this year, and it's really simple to use. Just take a look at the stats and projections for my favorite players. This week, I'm taking higher than 230.5 passing yards on Kyler Murray and higher than 71.5 rushing yards on Bijan Robinson. Underdog is super easy to play, and it's even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or use UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code DNP, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code DNP to claim your new customer special of a mystery player pick and your deposit offer. Okay, so first and foremost, I want everyone's take on all of the drama that's been going on with the Padres and the Dodgers. I have some new thoughts on Game 3. Of course, Walker Buehler on the bump for LA as the Dodgers try to get back on top in this series, get back to forcing, at the very least, another game at Dodger Stadium. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but tonight we're going to focus on the drama. So welcome to Dodgers Dugout Live. Let's go into the comment section. We got Luis Diaz says, "Go Blue." I like that. Albert Gomez says Dodgers in 5. Michael Jeffrey, surprise episode, 10:30 p.m. stream in the East Coast, or maybe you're in the Central Time. Yeah, look, it's all Dodgers, I've been working on a breakdown all day of the beef between the Dodgers and the Padres. So, yeah, it's boiling over. And I think that I had to go live because of the press conference today with Dave Roberts. So we'll get to that in a second here. But you guys ready for some Cancun tortas? Come on now. Too soon for that. We've already flushed the loss. The vibes are already picking back up. Okay. Perfect. The vibes are picking back up. What's up, DMAC 1B? What's up, Daniel Macy giving a let's go Dodgers? Who cares? Just win games, man. That's from Edwin over on YouTube. Trade Mookie from I'm Blue 84. Yeah. Tough go-around for Mookie Betts. He's over his last 22 in the postseason. He did take a lot of swings today. Just talking to people that were down there, he was continuing to put in the work. It's not for a lack of effort, a lack of grinding. And Bill Plunkett tweeted out, Mookie Betts took BP for a long time on Velo machine during Dodgers workout. Said he's taken 300 to 400 swings today. Asked if he was trying to swing his way out of his slump. Mookie said, if there's another way, please let me know. So I've seen the memes. You guys have been very hard on Mookie. I saw one thing where someone said, oh, Mookie if I send you a picture of Mookie Betts and you just get a picture of Mookie, that means I'm not showing up. There was another caption to a fight that had someone wearing a Mookie Betts jersey, and they said, oh, of course the guy in the Mookie Betts jersey doesn't get a hit. So, look, you guys are rough on Mookie. It's just a couple of games. Yes, the slump has been until 2021. He absolutely needs to get it together, but I'm going to reserve my let's trade Mookie. Mookie's the worst player in the history of baseball takes until after this series. So let's give him a chance. At the very least, let's give him a chance. Let's say he doesn't get another hit in this series, okay? I'm going to be the first one out in front of the line saying that Mookie Betts has underperformed as a superstar, okay? But we're 2 games into the series. He still has a chance to overcome this, hopefully. But first, I want to talk about Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts at the press conference today was asked by David Vassegh about Manny Machado and his antics throwing the baseball into the Dodgers dugout, and here's what Dave had to say.
What, did you know that?
So I didn't notice it at the time. I really didn't. I didn't notice it. I did see the video, and it was unsettling. Obviously, I have a relationship with Manny from years past. There was intent behind it. It didn't almost hit me because there was a net, and that was very bothersome. If it was intended at me, I'd be very. It's pretty disrespectful. So I don't know his intent. I don't want to speak for him, but I did see the video, and the ball was directed at me with something behind it. So, but I don't know what led to that. I didn't see it in real time, but I did see the video.
Did you feel after seeing the video he should have been ejected for that?
I don't think they should have had a little arm around each other conversation. If players can throw balls at opposing managers, you know.
There you go. Dave Roberts clearly was perturbed, upset. He called it unsettling, and that's absolutely what it was. It's definitely absolutely 100% unsettling for a player of another team, one of the leaders of their team, the all-star of their team, one of those guys that's supposed to be this, oh, I've grown up. Oh, I'm not the same guy who was viewed as one of the dirtiest players in the league for a long stretch, and all of a sudden he's doing petty things to throw baseballs into the Dodgers dugout? Well, hey, the big question after the press conference was, would we get any video? Would any video surface that would implicate Manny Machado in this situation, that would make him look even worse than he already does? Well, here, we do have some video that was surfacing throughout the interwebs late on Monday night, and here's what we've seen so far. You see Manny Machado has the ball right there. He just kind of chucks it towards the Dodgers dugout. And then here you see where Dave Roberts is sitting. The ball just bounces. And then Teoscar points. Dave Roberts points. They clearly knew he threw a ball at them. There's no doubt about that point. Anytime you see Dave Roberts upset, he does a couple of things. He puts his hand on his hips. His head gets very active. Let's take a look at it again. So here's the ball. Manny gets it. Chucks it towards the Dodgers dugout. Why the hell do you need to throw the baseball there? Why, Manny? Explain to me why that ball has any business going in the direction of Dave Roberts in the Dodgers dugout. Okay, we know what happened. You got embarrassed by Jack Flaherty, and Jack Flaherty told you to sit the down. You were embarrassed. You kept saying the same 4 things because you can't think of more than 10 words. Come see me. Go meet me after the game. Da-da-da. Right? Hey, you guys. Okay? We knew that was the case. He was embarrassed by Jack Flaherty, and he wasn't done with it. And he decided, okay, I'm just going to keep poking. I'm going to keep poking. I'm going to do this thing where I know what I'm doing. I know it's intentional, but he knew what he was doing, okay? There's no doubt in my mind that Manny Machado knew what he was doing, whether that ball was directed toward Jack Flaherty or Dave Roberts or just the Dodgers dugout in general. There is no place for that. If that weren't the case, he would not have gotten a swift warning by the umpire. Should have been ejected. Should have been ejected for that. Okay? It's ridiculous. These Padres players, they're acting like they're these angels over there clutching their gold chains. acting like they're not in the wrong for anything. Look, what the Dodgers fans did yesterday was inexcusable and should be absolutely commended, and there should be zero tolerance policy. Any Dodgers fan that throws any type of beer or objects onto the crowd should be banned from Dodger Stadium. You should not get the privilege of going into Dodger Stadium if you throw anything. I don't care if you're drunk off your ass, if you had 15 micheladas and 16 Modelos, and you're trying to look cool and trying to look like a hero in front of your friends. I don't care. You don't belong at Dodger Stadium, okay? I'm also sick of people on the internet, fans of other teams, trying to paint the Dodgers fans with a broad brush, okay? That isn't all Dodgers fans, okay? Those are the bad apples, all right? That doesn't represent this entire fan base. The truth of the matter is the Dodgers have more fans than any other fan base, save for the New York Yankees. And with that, you're going to see fans that act out, especially when you're drinking at a baseball game, your team's down 10-2. It happens, okay? But still, I don't condone that. That's awful. You don't want to see that, right? Having said that, let's stop trying to act like Jerkson Profar wasn't antagonizing fans, that he doesn't antagonize fans, okay? Let's not act like that should be okay, okay? Fernando Tatis Jr., a known cheater, okay? It's already bad you're a known cheater, and you shouldn't be a role model for kids. It's nothing too, you're doing a freaking BJ sign, right? You're doing these things that you're shaking your groin area. Well, there's freaking kids in the stands, okay? Let's not like that. Let's not act like that should be okay, okay? I'm not saying he deserves a suspension for that, but let's not act like that should not be okay, okay? And you look at Manny Machado, universally loathed around the league as one of the dirtiest players in the league, okay, for at one point. Okay, this whole I'm the mature veteran now, I'm the captain now. It's a shtick. It's cringe. I don't think it's authentic. I still think these Padres players, they're acting like 12-year-olds to the crowd, to the Dodgers dugout, and then anytime something bad happens to them, oh my God, protect it. It's gone too far. Okay, nothing justifies getting anything thrown at them. I just want to be clear for that. But I've yet to see one national media member try to call out the antics of the San Diego Padres. It's ridiculous. And the beauty of all this is this. The only way to shut this team up is to freaking beat them. And you know what would be the most refreshing thing, the most satisfying thing, is to win the next 2 games. Beat them at Petco Park. This team has enough talent to score enough runs against the Padres. You still have Shohei Ohtani. You still have Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie Betts is too talented to go 22 at-bats without a hit in the postseason. And we'll talk more about that. But if you want to shut this team up for good, this franchise has never sniffed the World Series. They haven't made the World Series since 1998, right? If you want to shut this team up for good, you have all the motivation you could ever want. And whether or not this is something that the Dodgers needed or not, you better be taking every single bit, every ounce of this and using it as fuel. And I want to see, I know Walker Buehler, say what you want about Walker Buehler, sure. This is not 2018 butane. This isn't game 163 butane. This isn't 2018 World Series butane, okay? That guy's not walking through this door, right? You're not seeing 98, 99 up in the zone, perceived rise on the 4-seam fastball. No, you're not seeing that version of Walker Buehler. But still, this guy's as competitive. He is as fiery. And look, he's not going to back down too. We got a lot of super chats, guys. I'm getting the producer to put them on a line so I can read them all as once. But I do feel like, yes, this isn't the version of Walker Buehler that is ideal, right? But let's not forget, this is a Walker Buehler that in his last three starts, one thing that he improved upon was not giving it runs in the first inning. And that had been something he had struggled with this season. He allowed 15 runs and 16 innings this year at one point in the first inning. But last 3 games, you're seeing a much better performance. A 3.31 ERA his last 16 innings of work. He allowed 1 run in 5 innings in the Dodgers clinching game against the Padres on September 26th. Somehow, some way, this feels right. Somehow, some way, it feels like Walker Buehler is the man that needs to be on the mound. That video was hilariously overblown. Padres fans are hypocrites. What's up, Cali B? Don't hate the Dodgerettes. Tatis has some roid rage. Game 3 is do or die from, well, not by definition, but I do think they need Game 3. What's up, Axel? Crybaby Dodgers fans. John, quit crying, just win, Fernando. I see the Padres fans in the chat. And you guys know, I usually get a lot of love from Padres fans because I do keep it 100 about the Dodgers too. But I just think that if you're the Padres, at the very least, you have to acknowledge that. Look, for me, even though it was a small gesture, as far as, no one got hurt or anything like that, but it's clear that Dave Roberts was annoyed by it. And big shout out to David Vassay, man. I mean, I know Dave Vassay a little bit, and he's someone that's, you almost wish that he was in the post-game press conferences more often, just because he has to do the post-game show. But I mean, that's the right question to ask in that situation, because I think it speaks to the bad blood that's been brewing with these two teams and how personal this matchup is at this point. And look, we'll see what happens. Hey, San Diego, stay classy, San Diego, right? We'll see, because if this Dodgers team responds well tomorrow, they're fueled by this Padres team, they're going to be flying high, man. They're going to be cocky. They're reading their press clippings. They see what ESPN says about them. 22 of the 27 ESPN insiders, ESPN baseball analysts, picking the Padres to win this series. This has to fire up this Dodgers team. If this does not fire up this Dodgers team, nothing else will. And at that point, you have to consider some roster changes up and down the roster, because it's to the point where you're getting bullied. You're getting pushed around. And from an optic standpoint, there's this narrative that the Dodgers are the nice guys of Major League Baseball, okay? And you don't want to have that right now. You want to be a nasty team. You want to go out there and say, you know what? Hey, we'll take on the school bully, right? And Manny Machado is trying to be that right now. But the truth of the matter is the Dodgers still have the best player in the series. And anytime you have that, you still have a really good chance of getting back in this series, okay? So let's do all comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You guys can follow me on X and Instagram. It's the #1 Dodgers show on the internet. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Getting close to 100,000 subscribers, which is very exciting for you guys. It means more content, more giveaways. We got King Indeed, same Padres fans are doing what? I heard it was 1 for 26. Mookie Betts is MIA again. The parade is starting. Let's go Dodgers. And maybe that will be good. Maybe this is exactly what this Dodgers team needs. A lot was made about the fact that you had the block on Dodgers fans being able to buy tickets inside of Petco Park, right? There was a lot made of that. Maybe they need to be the villain. Maybe they need to be the team that's facing adversity and going up against a raucous home crowd, okay? They need a fire. This team has needed a fire lit under them, okay? We got Derek Jeter brush it off during the post-game coverage. It's like New York-Boston rivalry. You expect objects, words thrown at you. Media is being sensitive. That's from Marlon. Dave Roberts is a pick-me. Padres playing their World Series versus the Dodgers is hilarious. That's from Courtney. Dodgers losing 4. Dodgers use this as fuel and beat the Padres. I think Game 3 will honestly be the deciding game of this series. That's from Aiden. We got time to man up. What inning was this? We got Sergio. Let's keep in mind that the Padres defense took away so many hits. Yeah, I mean, you had the Fernando Tatis rob job of Freddie Freeman of that scorching double in the 4th inning. You had Profar robbing Mookie Betts of a base hit. You had Jackson Merrill robbing Kike of a hit later in the game. Give Padres credit. The Padres deserve credit for being a really good, well put together baseball team. No one's saying this. No one's saying this is a fluke that they were able to come and win game 2. I mean, game 2 is always going to be tricky because you're going up against Yu Darvish. And Yu Darvish, he mixes speeds. You can see him hit as tough high as 96, and you can hit him see something in the 70s, 76 range. But he can get the fastball when he needs it. But for the most part, he's keeping off balance of breaking stuff. The Dodgers only got 3 hits against him. And the truth of the matter is, the big issue, yes, empty. I like that. Padres, Dodgers fans going out in the comments. Welcome to the show. Slum Diego from Oscar. Clippers of the Major Leagues from Eric Brewer. Let's go San Diego. This is a safe space for everyone, okay? No fights, right? We're going to have no fights in the comments that go viral, right? Rosemary, Padres fans are so new they don't remember they threw beer cans at Belly 2 years ago. Yeah, I actually did a full breakdown of that. She did a full breakdown of that a couple of years ago, and Bellinger didn't even flinch. Bellinger didn't even. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing about that is, I saw a tweet. That's why they're not letting Dodgers fans in the stands, because they have these antics or they have this reputation. But the truth of the matter is you're totally right. I mean, Bellinger didn't even move, and that was the case back then when you had a ball thrown at them. So I'm actually post that on IG, because you're totally right about that. Here, I actually did a breakdown of that a couple years ago. Here, check it out, guys. Give me 1 second.
Here comes a beer can flying from the stands. Based on how badly it missed, I have to assume that was Fernando Tatis Jr. up there trying to make the throw. But no, he misses Cody Bellinger. And you can see after Belly makes the catch, here comes the beer can, throws off Belly, is about to throw it in for a second, then he hesitates, and he realized what just happens, kind of thinking, who throws a beer can? Stay classy, San Diego.
You stay classy,
and he just
San
kind of
Diego.
looks back into the stands like, who threw that beer can? And Belly, you want to know who threw that can at you? Because I'll tell you, it was this gentleman right here wearing the gold Padres jersey with the black hoodie underneath. You can see him cocking back and making that throw. And one thing I want to know is, what does this guy do for a living? The fact that he can afford to throw a tall boy can of beer at Cody Bellinger. That's like $100 worth of beer coming out of that can. And you can see the fans in his section looking back at him saying, dude, what are you doing throwing a beer?
So there you go. Yeah, by the way, I mean, come on. That takes a lot of money. I mean, you're throwing that beer. I mean, come on now. Beer's already expensive as it is. We got HBBV, PUGL 199 Super Chat. Doyer fans are blah, 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 felon. Okay. Thanks for the chat. I'm not going to read it if I don't like it. Just to have to win 2 games if necessary, have a terrible offseason. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely go time. You have to win. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This Dodger team has to find a way to win on tomorrow. I think it's as important as anything. I mean, you put yourself in a really tough spot, down 2-1 with the Padres getting so close to finishing the job. I mean, the big key tomorrow, one thing I just want to see, can we see the Dodgers avoid an early deficit? The Dodgers have not scored first in any of their last 5 postseason games. That dates all the way back to 2023. Okay? In the first 3 innings of their last 5 postseason games, they've been outscored 24-4. So far this season, in 2 games in this postseason, they've been outscored 8-4. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gave up 5 runs in 3 innings in Game 1. Jack Flaherty did not pitch great. He gave up 4 runs in 5 1/3 innings in Game 2. Yes, it was the longest start by any Dodgers start in the postseason for quite some time, but still, I mean, that's just not getting it done. And those last 5 postseason games, the first inning alone, last 5 postseason games, the Dodgers have been outscored 13-0. In the first 3, 24-4. Think about that. You're just not going to be able to get it done. You have to find a way to score early, get some momentum. And the fact that you're the road team, hey, it gives you the advantage of you don't have to, it doesn't matter how your starter is going to perform that night. You're at least going to get one opportunity with the score at 0-0. Let's see if they can do something early on to change the course of this series. We got Ace J, the biggest clown. We got Go Padres. A lot of Padres fans, man. Yeah, Padres fans. Established in 2022. We got this is your third year loving baseball. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good, guys. Settle down, settle in. We got Mr. Spock, Machado, Ringworm, Tatis, and Tope Gigio. Profar should all go to work at Paramount or Disney. That's from Jose. I'm telling you, this is at this point we pretty much accept that this is a little brother, big brother rivalry. Like I was saying, it's like the Dodgers, Suns. I mean, like the Lakers, Suns, Lakers, Kings. Like it's one of those temporary rivalries. It's not long lasting because the Padres, the truth of the matter is, their trophy case is emptier than the toilet paper aisle during COVID, right? They do have 0 championships. I mean, I have won as many World Series titles as the San Diego Padres, okay? They have won 0. None. Zilch, okay? Until you win a World Series title, you can't sit at that big boy World Series title table, okay? They're not at that table, okay? They're barely in that same cafeteria, okay? So kind of pump your brakes. As far as, yes, they have that little brother mentality right now, and that's who they are until they're able to even win a World Series. But the truth is, this matchup has juice, and it's by definition a division rivalry, and I think it's the best matchup in baseball right now. Now I think there really is a close second. We got to Profar as a crybaby. He goes running to his daddy Machado from J Cam. Buehler goes off tomorrow. Ray F. Wouldn't that be the sweetest thing for Walker Bleepin' Buehler? After the year he's had where we were having conversations as to whether he would ever throw another pitch for the Dodgers during points of the season, for him to be the guy pitching in what's going to be the biggest game of the year for the Dodgers tomorrow, if he could just come through, give you 5 innings, 1-run ball, 2-run ball. The Dodgers offense scores 4 or 5 runs. You get into the bullpen. You still have a lot of high leverage arms. Like I said yesterday, you don't want to lose 10-2. You never want to give up 6 home runs. But the positive in that is you did not use your high leverage relievers. Everyone is going to be available tomorrow. So if Buehler can give you some modicum of stability early on in this one, you can get to a nice lead. There's a path to a victory, knowing you have all your high leverage arms and you right back in the driver's seat of this series. D-Mac, who will step up? 499. Look, I'm trying to put out there that Mookie Betts will. I don't want to see Milkbox Mookie, right? I don't. All right. I checked my phone. My phone was ringing. There was an Amber Alert. I looked at it. It was Mookie Betts. Okay. I don't want to see that ever again. Okay. I've never seen so many Padres fans in here. Y'all love us. They're obsessed. They're obsessed, man. And I'm happy for them. And honestly, it's good for the channel. Makes us money. Padres, you guys ever watch Borna? You guys watch Borna's show? My man Borna over there, always rocking with him. He's cool. You guys ever watch his show? Every dog has its day from Big Joe. They not like us. Oscar Moore, ITFDB. Comment for that. LFGSD. Man, so many Padres fans. Good point. We got the Giants have more than the Dodgers and have more current ones in the full. What's the point of that? Congrats on yesteryear, bro. LFG. I mean, it's important, though. I mean, the Dodgers are one of the historic franchises in all of sports. It's not just baseball. I mean, they're relevant for reasons that go beyond just what's happening in the diamond. I mean, you kind of have to stay in your league a little bit, okay? Let's just be honest here. SD will have a fire sale in 3 to 4 years. Enjoy it now. Ray Soto. Dodgers, what's up, Carmen Alexander? Y'all engaging in little brother activity, reporting the Padres to Mama, a.k.a. MLB. We need to make them a trophy made of a beer cans. That'd be good. I like that. That's a fire take. It's a fire take right there. Respect that. I like that. You're right, D-Mac. Padres have not earned the right to flex. 2020 doesn't count. Even if you don't want to count 2020, I mean, come on now. This is literally like the Sacramento Kings trying to flex on the Lakers, okay? Like, the truth of the matter is you've been a dormant franchise for most of your existence, and you've been irrelevant for most of your existence. And I'm happy for your success. I actually really am. You guys will find me, I'm not a Padres hater. That's not what I do. I mean, I actually think that the Padres are great for baseball because it's a market that typically you would say is a smaller market, but they don't operate like a smaller market. They operate on the higher tier top of the market type of players. And the truth of the matter is more teams around Major League Baseball could learn from the Padres. You don't have to be in New York or Boston or Chicago or LA to put together a World Series caliber roster. So, hey, I actually respect AJ Preller and what he's put together in San Diego. I just think that, I mean, if you want to do all this like boring, you sound like a 2-year-old. Look at this guy. He sounds like he lives in his mom's basement. These Padres fans seem like, it's like, do you want to engage in serious baseball talk, or do you want to write in all caps that 2020 doesn't count? And this is not what I do. I mean, you guys sound like you have you're 4 years old talking about baseball. It's like, with all due respect, I mean, come maybe with like a legitimate baseball related take, and I'll respond to it. But just general little boring parroted trash talk that you basically stole from someone else on Twitter, I don't really respect that for sure. We got Padres fans love Dodgers so much they follow Dodgers Nation. That's from Carmen. Kermit, the Dodgers can redeem themselves by putting the Padres on the brink of elimination. That's what I said. I mean, if you're this here's the thing. This series is going to be earned one way or the other. If the Padres win this series, it's because of everything that has been constructed down there, not just this year, but for years, right? Let's be honest. The Dodgers were put together in a way that it's, okay, let's get the best players we possibly can get, okay? And that will hopefully lead to a World Series championship. And unfortunately for the Dodgers, they have had some bad luck, right? Tyler Glasnow is supposed to be their ace. He's lost for the season. Yamamoto spent $325 million on. I still believe in him. I truly do. But the truth is, when it comes to Yamamoto, he still has to prove it. He's not a made man yet. We got D-Mac, can we sing happy birthday to Mookie? Yep, it is Mookie Betts' birthday today. Like I said, Mookie Betts, it's been rough. There's no doubt about it. The postseason success has not been there. He really has not been a factor in the postseason since the 2021 NLDS against the Giants. Okay, so he was bad in the 20. He had the go-ahead hit there against the Braves in Game 3 in the NLCS, which is definitely a good moment, but he was a no-show in 2022. He was a no-show in 2023, and so far he's been a no-show in 2024. So, yeah, the truth is the narrative around Mookie Betts is building. And I think the last thing for him is to think that he can change that with one swing, that he can change that with one moment. He just has to go out there and give us the regular season version of Mookie, and that hopefully will take care of itself. I talked to Mookie Betts several times heading into this season, and one thing I told Mookie was, hey, I mean, yeah, you struggled in the postseason, but your regular season, you finished with more WAR than Ronald Acuna Jr., and he put together an elite regular season last year and was on his way to an MVP this year, and Mookie told me, I don't care. None of that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me at this stage of my career is the ability to finish the season strong. So that's been top of mind for Mookie the entire offseason, the entire regular season, and the results just have not been there yet. The results have not been there yet, but that's the funny thing about Major League Baseball. Like I said, baseball is just so dramatic. Remember I said yesterday, a basketball loss will ruin your day, football loss will ruin your week, a baseball loss will ruin your life, right? Truth is about Mookie Betts, as bad as it's been, I mean, he does have in this series, he has 6 total at-bats, 9 plate appearances. He's gone 0 for 6. He's drawn 3 walks. So he has taken 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. So 2 strikeouts in those at-bats. And he's a Jerickson Profar Rob job away from hitting a home run, and a big-time momentum-shifting home run in that. So things can change very quickly, and I think if you're Mookie Betts, the biggest key is you just don't want to press out there. Because when we see Mookie press, especially when he's expanding the zone, you see those lazy pop flies that are infield pop-outs and things like that. You don't want to see that, okay? Mookie is too talented, too naturally talented for this thing to stay permanent. The biggest key for Mookie is to continue to get these opportunities. And the longer this series goes, the longer this postseason goes, the the more chance there will be for his regression to happen to the mean. And that's what you want, because his version of regression to the mean is being one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball. So, yeah, I mean, it's concerning for sure. And we'll kind of tell the whole Mookie story when it's all said and done if this thing plays out and he doesn't have the success that we're hoping. But right now, you're talking about 6 at-bats. Not even 4 at-bats per game so far with the walks. Okay, so kind of put things in perspective, it's 6 at-bats. If he has 2 hits tomorrow, goes 2 for 4, he's right up there with Shohei Ohtani so far in this series. So things can change for sure. I don't think you need to. We got a $4.99 super chat. I got to read the super chats, guys. Let's keep it popping here. $4.99. That is for Rosemary. Thank you for being here, Padres fans. We appreciate your late viewer to increase the Teoscar re-signing fund. Thank you, little bro. Thank you so much, Rosemary. That is going to the re-sign Teoscar Hernandez fund. I will take all the funds and give it to Andrew Freeman there in an envelope. So we got our All-Star Hernandez back in Dodger Blue. We got Arturo Lopez, pre-DMAC. Arturo Lopez. Sonny S. Block the trolls. The sports gods block chips. Sonny S. has blocked the trolls like the sports gods block chips from San Diego. Will Smith goes to Diddy parties. What are we talking about here? You're going to get a bruh for that. We got to Marlins history greater than signed Padres history from DM24. Come on, Mookie, get your stuff together. NS Mookie should be an angel with his postseason record. Guys already in bowling mode. Brandon Chang, $1.99 super chat. This would be the worst loss in playoff history. I disagree with that just because I think you could make the case that 2022 was worse because that was at a 111 win team. I mean, this team does have Shohei Ohtani, and I think that really just doesn't give enough credit to how good this Padres team is. I mean, it'd be a bad loss, no doubt about it. It would be a very terrible loss when you consider the roster that the Dodgers do have. But yeah, I don't think it would be the worst loss in playoff history. Daniel Clark says, DMAC, Aaron Judge struggles in the postseason also. Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, baseball is cruel like that. I mean, you see from time to time. Alex Rodriguez, all those years, he struggled in the postseason. Corey Seager, until 2020, he was a 202 postseason hitter. And then now he has a reputation for being one of the all-time great October players. So when you look at how relatively small the sample size is for your plate appearances, compared to the regular season, the postseason, it's a small sample size. Having said that, legends are built in October, okay? And the truth of the matter is that the Dodgers didn't sign Mookie Betts to be an all-star in the regular season and be a guy who's just with the Dodgers to pad his Hall of Fame resume. No, Mookie Betts said it himself the day he signed that $365 million contract. I want to win World Series, plural. So far, he has won 1 World Series with the Dodgers, and he just hasn't performed up to his standards. And the truth is, as much as people want to clown Mookie and as hard as you are on him, I've seen Mookie work. I've seen Mookie focus and do what he does, and no one wants this more than Mookie. No one is more frustrated in this than Mookie, and I think that he's going to have an opportunity to a lot of pressure on him, but I think, too, the fact that Shohei's still batting at the top of this lineup does put him in a spot where he's going to get opportunities to get out of this thing, and you got to root for it, man, because you're not going to win the World Series with a hobbled Freddie Freeman and a struggling Mookie Betts, okay? That's not how this was supposed to work. I called them the MV3 for a reason. All right. We got what would Tommy have done? That's from Paul Gallegos. You know, it's interesting because Dave said that he did consider having a conversation with Mookie Betts. And I think that that's something that probably occurred today down in San Diego, a conversation with Mookie and Dave Roberts just about kind of where he's at. And what Dave Roberts was saying is he hopes that he's not trying to get it all back with one swing, trying to get himself out with one swing. Look, they say you can't get into a slump with one bad game. You can't get out of a slump with one bad game. I think for Mookie, it's just taking a clear-minded approach and knowing that when he goes through his process, that hopefully will kind of manifest in and of itself. Walk is as good as a hit from Dan Marrero. Mookie is so trash in the postseason. That's from Raz. Astros got to beat by $18 million. I will say, too, on the Tommy Lasorda thing, too, I remember I was interviewing, I did an interview with Ron Say a couple of years ago, and I was talking to Ron Say about when they were in New York against the Yankees in 1981, and the Dodgers, they fell behind early in that series, and there was this big impassioned speech that Tommy Lasorda was making to the team, and I was asking him, I was like, hey, how big and how impactful was that? Tommy Lasorda, you going out there and just getting into you guys and this and that. And Ron Say said, yeah, most of the time at that point in the season, we were just ignoring him anyway. We knew what we had to do, right? We would kind of let him do his thing, and we would allow him to be that manager, right? But at the end of the day, we knew what we were capable of doing, and we went out there and just tried to go and execute that. And that's not to say that Lasorda wasn't great at what he did, because he certainly was. But the truth of the matter is these are all-star big leaguers, talented young players that are here for a reason, and they know what it takes to have success at this level, okay? Nothing that a manager can tell you, I think, is going to necessarily change that. But I think that what Dave Roberts can do for Mookie Betts is give him the confidence knowing that whatever happens, good or bad, we're going to be here supporting you just the same. And just talking to different players that have played for this organization for years now, one thing they tell me is that Dave Roberts is leaned on more when you're struggling than when you're on a roll. That the biggest impact that Dave Roberts has on them is when you're going through a slump or you're not pitching well for a long stretch. And it's this relentless confidence that he instills in his players that helps them get out of these slumps. So I will say that if there's ever time for him to kind of be that support system and just make sure that Mookie's in a great spot mentally, it's them. Because I think when you see these shots, it's one thing to struggle, but I think for Mookie, it's kind of the frustration of like, hey, I don't know why this is happening. It's the, hey, I don't have the answers. I wish I did. I don't have them. He was asked after the game. He was asked after the game the other night, and he said that basically he doesn't have the answers. And I think that's kind of the frustrating thing for Mookie is when you're so talented and you've had so much success throughout the years, you probably think to yourself, well, hey, I'll be able to figure this thing out on my own, but it's not always that easy. It's not always that easy. And what Mookie told reporters is about his at-bat quality. He said they're all outs, so they're all terrible. I don't know really what to say about it. I'm giving my best, doing my best, obviously not going, it's not good enough right now. So that definitely sounds like some frustration. It definitely sounds like some frustration, but hey, there's going to be that big Mookie smile on his face when he gets that big hit in the next couple of games. Okay, so who do I got to block, guys? You guys want a block party? Let me know. I'll block him right now. A18LAR, $5 super chat. Should have handled Far From Pro long ago. Now the fans have taken things into their own hands. Flaherty should have goaded Manny to lay hands. We got, I saw Valenzuela. We got Padres are a bunch of wannabes. Man, this is getting feisty in the chat, guys. Imagine tomorrow. Whoa. We got Padres fans. Padres fans are the biggest hypocrites from Mark C. What else we got here? Good luck with Walker. $1.99 super chat. Yo, D-Mac, is Freddie all good for Game 3? So that was kind of one of the big questions today down in San Diego. And basically it was pretty simple. It was, okay, he's going to get treatment. They're going to see how he does today in the workout. And what Dave Roberts said was, quote, if he's able to play in post, he'll be in there. So, I mean, I thought it was pretty interesting what Dave said about how he took a swing on a Yu Darvish breaking ball. And I haven't gone back and looked at that at bat, but he said that there was a swing against a Yu Darvish breaking ball that aggravated the ankle injury. So that's definitely troublesome because it tells you how delicate it is and how big of a concern it is for this team. Because, yeah, I mean, think about this. I mean, one of the things we're holding on to as far as the Dodgers' chances of going far in this postseason was, hey, yeah, you're decimated by injuries on the pitcher side, but you still have that potent lineup that averaged 5.2 runs per game that features Shohei Ohtani. Well, Mookie is over his last 22 in the postseason, and Freddie Freeman is banged up. So that's major. You got to get Freddie feeling like he can go out there and contribute. He did have 2 hits in the first game and stole a base, so that's definitely good. Shows he can still have success. Side Yard Cat says, I had a signed penguin ball, lost it playing near a storm drain. Oh, man. Anytime I hear see storm drain, I just think of Pennywise from it. This is the Padres World Series from J-Cam. Profar changed game 2. Sure, give him credit. That was a great play. I mean, that was nasty work. That was a troll job of a century to do what he did. And look, I think we can all agree that this is entertainment. This is fireworks. I mean, get your popcorn ready. I mean, this is as entertaining of a series from a storyline standpoint. I mean, these guys are these benches are going to clear. These dugouts are going to clear at some point. It's long overdue. There's too much tension between these two clubs. Something's got to give. But wouldn't that just be the most Padre thing ever, though? If somehow, some way, you lost 2 games in San Diego after talking all this, that feels very San Diego Padres. That feels very, in the history of that franchise, that feels very Padres-y. Padres don't have a World Series. Padres fans, remember you're the Padres. D-Mac, is there a possibility for Mookie to lay down a bunt to try to get the ball rolling from arcade light grid? Just knowing how this team operates, one thing they'll tell you is they hate to give up outs. I don't see that necessarily. Mookie's not the fastest guy at this stage of his career, for being completely honest as well. So I think you just got to let him go up there and just find a rhythm. I mean, I think to me, it's kind of looking for signs where, yeah, even if there's outs, right, it's those lazy infield pop outs turning into hard outs, right? Loud outs, high exit velos, hitting the balls on the screws. And eventually the tide will turn and the storm will pass on him. Mookie playing worse than Rendon. Mookie's reason last year was no bueno. We got Camacho 199 super chat. Love the content, bro. Go Dodgers. Appreciate you, my man. Bloody Knuckles. Machado looks like a potato head. That's a bro. FTP jerks and pro fart. You guys are crazy. Okay, Ace J. Okay, I can't find him. I'll block him after the show. How about that? I can go back and block him. But I see him right here, I'll block him. Block him. Let's see. Block him. Lasorda to Dog. You haven't won S. Yeah, I remember that. That was before 2017. A $1.99 super chat from Arnold. Appreciate that. Yeah, block all Padres fans and Kyrie Irving. Okay, where's Kyrie? Kyrie's getting blocked just because he thinks the Earth is flat. So, and also Kyrie basically was the Amber Alert in the NBA Finals. He was a no-show there, by the way. We got Dodgers fans go home after the loss and start okay, what the? You getting blocked too? So you got blocked. Don't worry, guys. King Dova got blocked. We need a block sound. I'll do a finish him. Finish him. Every time someone gets blocked. Okay, Kyrie Irving, you getting blocked. Let's see. Okay, Kyrie Irving. There we go. Kyrie Irving just got blocked. Give him a finish him. Finish him. We got Jay Bullet. Padres fans have a parade in San Diego. If they beat us tomorrow, we are their whole lives. Astros got Scooballed. How about Scooball today? He was fantastic. How about that Clase? I mean, just goes to show me someone like Clase can give that home run in that situation. You're like, oh my goodness, anything can happen to anyone, man. It's baseball. D-Mac, who would you rather have, the Phillies or the Mets? I want the Phillies because I want what's best for baseball. Quite frankly, we got what's best for baseball in this series, and hopefully the Dodgers can prevail and play with a lot of confidence. And if you can beat this Padres team, you certainly can beat that Phillies team, especially if we get a better version of Walker Buehler. I'm excited to see what he has in store tomorrow for sure, guys. So a couple more here, guys. We're going to be back tomorrow morning for Dodgers Dugout Live. We're going to do a pregame show and a postgame show. Look for 3 shows tomorrow, and I'm dropping that breakdown too, so be on the lookout for that. We got, D-Mac, do you think that the Dodgers should use an opener for Buehler tomorrow? I think the way it is as far as the bullpen, you definitely need to preserve as much as bullpen for later in this series. And I think for Walker Buehler, more of a traditional starter as it is, I think you just kind of go with it and just see what he has early on. He's had some issues in the first inning this season, and there's no doubt about that's something that you want to look at. But the good news is last 3 starts, he's been better in the first inning. You haven't seen him deal with that as much. And look, the truth is, every single pitch, every start that he makes in after that surgery, you're hoping to get a better version of Walker Buehler. So, yeah, I mean, the first inning this season, he definitely has had his issues. This year in the first inning, an 8.44 ERA, and that's in 16 innings of work. He's also got 4 home runs and 5 doubles in that stretch. So if you get out of the first inning, you feel a lot better about his chances of giving the Dodgers just a solid start. That's what they need. Couple more here, guys. It's fun because it's true. Don't give the... We got I better not see Mookie and Freddie crying in the locker room after saying they'll do better next year. Dodgers need to go full torta tomorrow. That's from Foxology. D-Mac is going to be a good day tomorrow. There you go. I like that. J-Cam, going to give you a comment of the show. There we go. But yeah, guys, a couple more. We got a $2 super chat from Braxton Smith. What do we have to do for a Miggy Rowe bobblehead? A Miggy Rowe bobblehead would be cool, especially with the bleached hair. That would be pretty awesome. D-Mac is DJing at the block party. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my DJ name was going to be Oprah Spinfree. What do you think about that? Come on, Oprah Spinfree. We got Tatis. Oh, gosh. Roberts equals Charmin. Yeah. Hey, the Roberts fire crowd is going to come out hard tomorrow if they don't win this series. $2 from Trailblazing, but chump suspension for dugouts and Roberts ball chuck. Leadoff home run for Ohtani. I'm calling it. Dan Moreno. I'm so here for that. Would love to see that. Rainbow House, if he walks someone, take him out. That would be my plan. Padres scared of Dodgers fans. Mookie, big hit tomorrow from Rosemary. Ninja 22, maybe Dodgers sweep. Well, too late for that, unfortunately. But Carol_S, I have a feeling Buehler will feed off the energy. Yeah, I think Adrenaline Buehler, let's not forget, he's still in there somewhere. A guy who knows how to pitch on the big stage. And he has a proven track record in October. And just a vintage Buehler performance wouldn't surprise me. The baseball gods owe him a solid. And I think for him, he doesn't have to go out there and pitch 7 innings. I think it's about going 5 or 6 and having this offense step up and leaning on a rested bullpen. So Buehler knows how to pitch, and he's had some recent success against his Padres team. So I'm fired up, man. Fire me up. I'm hyped. Butane. Not high octane, low octane butane. Using the stuff, using the knuckle curve, using the slider, locating the fastball, keep it out over the plate, keep it off the heart of the plate, and I like it. D-Mac, do you think the lineup gets changed tomorrow from Arcade Light Grid? I was thinking about this and talking about it a little more tomorrow. I don't think it will. Dave was asked if he would consider moving Mookie back up to leadoff. He said no. And outside of that, I mean, if Freddie doesn't get in the lineup, then certainly you're going to see Kike in there, and I wouldn't be opposed to seeing that. I mean, Kike Hernandez, he's built for October. I want to see Kike. If there's any compromised players, I want to see Kike Hernandez get an opportunity in this series. There's something about that guy on the big stage that you just have to count on him, and you feel good about his chances there. But as far as towards the bottom, I mean, that's the big difference between Game 1 and Game 2. Game 2, you didn't see as much production from the bottom of the lineup, so there wasn't as much pressure when Shohei was at the plate. But I think where it stands right now, you're going to see it pretty much the same, especially if Freddie Freeman is healthy. And we'll talk. I mean, maybe Andy Pajes, if they lose tomorrow, does Andy Pajes get another opportunity to get some more at-bats as possible? Eddie Chavez, let's go. D-Mac. Thank you, Eddie Chavez. Appreciate that. That's going for the Teoscar Hernandez Extension Fund. Anthony 559. I kind of like this. Jimmy Kimmel curse Mookie. Like, Anthony 559, like, what was that, Anthony? Like, you got Mookie Betts on your show, and, like, the first, 3 minutes are about how great Ohtani is and how he's nothing compared to Ohtani. That was such a bad interview by Jimmy Kimmel. And typically, I like Jimmy Kimmel, honestly. He's pretty funny, but that was a horrible interview with Mookie Betts. Callie B, thank you so much. Appreciate that. D-Mac, great show. Thanks, Callie B. Joe, man. If it goes against him, Adrenaline Buehler is no bueno. He's got to channel it. And just like this team has to channel all of this Padres drama too. Sonny S, 3-game win streak snapped against these guys, on to Game 3 for another streak. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, the streaks, I mean, this team is on a losing streak in the postseason, man. It's definitely not what you want to see, man. I mean, they have a 6-game road losing streak in the postseason. That goes all the way back to the 2021 NLCS. So let's get a road win tomorrow. Let's get a solid start tomorrow from Walker Buehler. Let's have a Shohei Ohtani moment. And, Mookie Betts, please Please, Mookie, just baseball gods, give him a hit. Let him have some success. I don't like seeing sad Mookie. Sad Mookie makes sad D-Mac. I don't want to see that. I hate seeing the shots of him in the dugout. It's breaking my heart. I don't love it. We got Block Justin W. Man, you got J-Kid 23 Buehler should go. Let's see. He said for Arthur Shelby tomorrow. There we go. Side Yard Cat Padres fans. A lot of people talking about Diddy. What's up with did somebody have with Diddy? I don't even know. Future Dodger dog of the game, Mookie Betts, going 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 ribbies. All right, we'll end it there, guys, but be on the lookout tomorrow. Dodgers Dugout Live in the morning. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you have not yet, be sure to subscribe to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button. It's very, very important, guys. Definitely do your boy a favor and hit all that subscribe stuff. And then also follow me, too. If you guys aren't following me, go to X right now, go to Instagram right now, TikTok right now. Type it at DMAC_LA. Hit the follow button, guys. I'm talking ball all day, 24/7, 365. And also, guys, remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue.